of money, the psychology of how it plays in our lives. Because a lot of people want to make more, they want to attract more, but they're just struggling with just the concept of it.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been programmed quite a bit with our relationship with money. I mean, we have a relationship with everything known in our environment. You have a relationship, a neurological network in your brain for your parents, for your cell phone, for your computer, where you live, where you've lived in the past, what you're going to do tomorrow. For the most part, the brain is a reflection of everything that we know, right? So along with that is our relationship with money. And I feel like I have a really good relationship with money because I work on having a really good relationship with everything in my life.
Did you always have a good relationship with money?
I think so. I've never really lived in lack. That just wasn't part of it. Even when I went to college and I had to take out student loans and stuff, I always figured out a way to always be a little bit ahead of the curve.
Woo! Good morning, family. How are we doing coming into the beginning of the week? Happy, where we at? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. Rise and shine. Good morning. What is going on? I hope all of you have had a great start to the day so far, getting deep into the rituals, the morning routine, the affirmations, the journaling, getting the feeling down on paper. I love it. So today, I've got a phenomenal topic for everybody. We're going to be talking about money consciousness, right? Even just as the call before this, such an important topic because I know now more than ever, this is the time to really start being conscious on where it is that we're spending our money, right? It's so easy to have money be going on in all these different areas and look back months later like, wow, where did all my money go? Not knowing that money could have been invested, that money could have been put to better use. So I know for a fact, this is a topic that is so important coming into this season. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. As always, before we get started into today's topic, let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? Let me get live on IG, and we are diving in. Here we go. Awesome. All right, so let's get into it, family. Grateful for God. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm so thankful for the lessons that we're learning right here, right now, every day. This is the truth, right? Even on the character building days, there's still lessons to go ahead and be learned that is allowing us to go ahead and get 1% better every day. I'm grateful for the dream team. I'm so grateful to see all the ka-chings, all the abundance flowing in. I love to see it. I'm grateful for the times that we're living in because those that are paying attention, those that are really tapped in, are absolutely going to get blessed in the times that are to come. So, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it for the day. Deanne in the building. Sorry, I see you. Dante, what is going on? Awesome. So, here we go. Today, we're going to be talking about money consciousness, right? Now more than ever, I know is a time where this is so important to go ahead and go over this topic because now, if you look at your bills, right, if you were to go ahead and break down all of the bills that you've been spending in the past couple months and really just go through it line by line, how many of those bills do you think that we've just spent money out the window and that money could have been better invested, better put to use, but we've just been nonchalantly throwing money everywhere, right? So this is a season where I know for a fact, right, and it brought me back to my old days just thinking about where I started. I am so frugal with money, right? I was just thinking about the reason why I've gotten to where it is that I'm at is because I am so frugal with my money, right? I don't like my money to be spent in places where it does not need to be spent. The reason being is I used to be the worst with money. I used to be the type of person, whenever I made it, I would go out and spend it. And that was one of the biggest shifts that I ever realized, right? Everybody knows how to make money. It's not hard to make money, right? We have a job, we have 2 jobs, we have 3 jobs. The difficult part is not many know what to actually do with the money. So everybody knows how to make it. We can all get multiple jobs, but very few know actually what to do with it, right? It's funny that there was actually a quote I was seeing by Bill Gates the other day. His daughter went out to eat. He went out to eat with his daughter, and his daughter asked him, well, how come you didn't tip the waiter $400? He says, how do you think I got to this level? Still gave them a 15% tip because he's living within his means, even with all the money that he has, right? So this is lessons that I had to learn along the course of this journey So this is why even Neno going over that topic, this is the time. So many of us I know are spending money that doesn't need to be spent. And I'm telling you, to be able to have that money work for us, to be able to have that money compound, this is where the magic begins, right? I don't know if you all know this or not, but there's a couple mentors that talk about it. Who knows what the 8th wealth wonder of the world is? What one of the top 8 wealth wonders of the world? Who knows what that is? Let's see. For those of you that don't know, it's actually compounding, right? Compound interest. If I were to give you all a penny doubled for 30 days, if I were to give you $1 million cash after 30 days, which one do you take? Well, the penny doubled over 30 days is 5 million. The penny doubled over 31 days is 10 million. So it just goes to show how powerful even just that little percentage compounded over a daily, over a weekly period of time can actually grow. Okay. So this is something I was just going through. I was going through my budget. I was going through everything that I've spent money on over the past couple months and just started identifying everything that does not need to be spent on. We don't need to be going out and spending all this money eating out on fast food, right? This is the time to really, just like Nana was talking about, get back to the peanut butter sandwich days, back to the cereal days, back to really living within our means, because I'm telling you, you're gonna wish you had more money to invest. You're gonna wish you had more money in your pocket for what is to come over the next handful of months. I've seen it before, and I already know what's about to happen again. So this is why I'm so serious about this topic, because I know this is one of the major make or break it's for most people, right? Even for this academy, you got to think about it. It costs $150 right now to access this. That's $6 a day. What are we spending money on? That's $6 a day. That's not producing us any income. That's not giving us any value back. That Starbucks, going out to eat twice, right? That money, I'm telling you, can be used so much better. So even for me, I was even going through my budget. I was even going through my finances to really get intentional on where it is that every dollar is being spent, so we can really take advantage of this season that is to come. You see this window of opportunity that we have right now. Some people, they're never, ever going to get this chance again. But we're sitting here right now with our hands open, with abundance ready to go ahead and be had. So that's how I wanted to kick off today, to just get everybody in the mindset of just thinking, where is our money going? What have we been spending money on? Where is it going out to? And are we really conscious about it? Okay. Next thing I want to ask you guys. Ready? How would we sit? Okay. How would you sit if you're depressed? And how would you sit if you're in a good mood? I'm going somewhere with this. You ready? How would you sit if you were depressed? And how would you sit if you were in a good mood? Well, here's something that I had to realize. It took me a long time to realize, but money chases energy, right? I'm going to say that again. Money chases energy. So if we wake up every day and we wake up in the past, we're waking up to our problems, we're waking up to everything that's going wrong, we're sitting in negative energy. Guess what gets created with negative energy? Not a whole lot. You've probably been able to see that by now. This is why every day, you can see it today, we're actually 300. This is why I do this every day. This is why I bring this up every single day, the gratitude, the journaling, the feeling, because I know how money works by now. Money chases energy. So if we wake up every day and we're sitting negative, we're sitting in a place of lack, we're sitting in a place with low self-esteem and no confidence, guess what's going to be created from that state? I can tell you it's probably not very abundant. This is why it's essential to go ahead to get the feeling, to write what is that we're grateful for right now. I had to learn that, right? To be able to be grateful for everything that we have right now. Because if we're not grateful for what we have, God is never going to bless us with more abundance, because we're not even grateful for the little things that we have right here. I had to learn this. I had to be grateful for living out of my car. I had to be grateful for $30K in debt. I had to be grateful for having $7 in my bank account, because I understood if I keep living from a place of negativity, if I keep living from a place of lack, if I'm never going to be able to make it happen, whatever it is we think about, we bring about, right? So if we're focused on negativity, we're going to keep bringing more about that in our life. Neno even talked about it. Even though he was living in his parents' place in New York in a tiny 700 square foot apartment, he was envisioning every day that he would go up his stairs, that he would go up his elevator to the 6th floor, that he was envisioning himself going up to the 50th floor in a penthouse in Miami. Being able to see what we can't see yet. Being able to be grateful for what we have right now, because we know that's leading to where it is that we're going, right? This is lessons that I had to learn. So my next question I want to ask everybody, okay? When it comes to money, would you rather multiply your money, or would you rather have your money be adding, right? Addition or multiplication. Same thing goes with building a business. Would you rather add individuals in your organization, or would you rather multiply your organization, right? After going through compounding, you start to notice how powerful the law of compounding is, right? To be able to compound our money, to be able to take a little bit and let it keep adding up over a week's time, over a month's time, that's compounding, right? To be able to compound your business, to be able to multiply leaders, it takes us becoming the best version to go out and attract those high level of leaders into our business, to go ahead and then allow it to explode. But once again, if you go back to the beginning, what did it say? Us becoming the best version of ourselves first. This goes with all different areas. I'm talking about building our body. I'm talking about building our spiritual side, our emotional side, taking care of our finances, right? All of these play such an important role when it comes to this side, right? Okay, so that's multiplying money. Next thing I want to talk about. You ready? This is big, right? This is big. When the rich started the school system, okay, I want you all to know something. I have a college bachelor's degree, so I can say this, right? When the rich started the school system, they started the school system because they didn't want thinkers. Pay attention. They wanted workers. You got to catch this right here. The school system created the school system because they didn't want thinkers. They wanted workers. So when I give you this visual, when I give you what I'm about to give you right here, if you can really take this, you can run with it, you're going to see why it is that the 1% are exactly where it is that they're at. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys the 4 different types of people when it comes to money. When it comes to money consciousness, there's 4 types of people. Okay, if you got anything from this training today, write this down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is big, and you're going to be able to analyze where on the scale that you're at right now. Okay, number 1, the first type of person that makes money is going to be known as a manipulator. Okay, manipulation. Now, manipulation, this is somebody that's any 9-to-5 job, right? Any normal job, anything that you can envision somebody getting out of college like I was doing, right? Working in my family restaurant. I was cooking cheesesteaks from 7 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. That's manipulation. You see, this is the first level. Anybody in manipulation, you can make 40, 50, 60K a year. Not bad, right? So that's level 1, manipulation. Level 2, this is going to be known as coordination, okay? Coordination, right? Level 2, they are coordinating the manipulators, okay? If you think about any manager at a shoe store, at Champs, at the mall, for any business, they're coordinating the ones that are being manipulated, okay? Now, somebody who is in a coordinating position, somebody who is a manager, they can do well, right? I know a couple of managers who make great money, 60, 70, maybe even 100K a year, managing a solid store or a solid brand or a solid company, okay? That's level number 2. The third level, this is huge when you really start to understand this, because even for me, I didn't know this getting out of college. And one of the biggest reasons why I decided to go all in on these skill sets and building my brand and getting loud on social media was because I learned this training. Literally, this training changed my entire life. Define Dreams was created because of this training. The Dream Team was created because of this training. I Am, the company that we're in, was created because Chris Terry understood this training, okay? So stick with me real quick. Manipulators. Number 3 is going to be communication, okay? Communication is going to be anybody who is an actor, anybody who's a speaker, anybody who's going out and using their voice, okay? If you look at anybody who's a communicator, they make great money, right? A speaker, a motivational speaker, they can make $100,000 in a keynote, in a TEDx talk. People that make movies, right? Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, they made millions of dollars off of that movie. Avatar, they made billions off of that movie. So it's safe to say in the communication realm, you can make millions to billions of dollars, right? Those that speak on social media, okay, speakers, they make great money. Next, the fourth level is going to be known as imagination. Okay, when you look at imagination, I want you to think about anybody that's left a legacy with their last name. Every single one of these companies that you can think about: Wells Fargo, Henry Ford, Rolls Royce, Morgan and Morgan, right? All of these were started with the imagination. You see, in the imagination, this is where limitless is created. Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, YouTube, Facebook, all of these things that we use today, guess what? They were created in the fourth realm. If you really think about it, right? All of these things, they didn't exist at one time. The iPhone didn't exist at one time, but somebody took an idea. They took a thought that was in the spiritual world and they brought it into the physical. So today I want you to think about, what level are we tapped into right now? Are we working? Are we in level 2? Have we started to dive into level 3 by using our voice, by making videos, by putting out content, by getting loud? But last but not least, number 4, what have we done for our last name? Have we been afraid what other people think? Have we been worried to get loud because of what other people are going to say? When you understand how much money is being left on the table by not going after the imagination, by being afraid of what our last name could leave, we are leaving so much on the table. So in 2015, when I was living out of my car, I made a conscious decision to say, you know what? Enough is enough. Everything that I'm spending money on that doesn't need to be spent on, it's got to go. I got to change that. I literally sold my TV and my Xbox to go ahead and join for $200. I got rid of everything, all the distractions in my life, so I could really focus and set up a life by design, because I started to understand this training. I started to understand how money really works. I started to understand that we cannot just add money, we can multiply it. $500 to me used to just be $500. I used to make $10 an hour. If you think about the math, that's 50 hours of work to go out and make $500. You see, but now understanding even how to trade, how to utilize ads, I can take that $500 and I can multiply that number, 500 into 1,000, 500 into 2,000, just by understanding even little things like compounding. What happens if you have a $500 account and you compound that account for 3% for 30 days? Who can tell me what the math on that is? And let's just say you had 4 trading days out of the week. Let's say you had 3 trading days, okay? So you compounded your account 9% over every week. 9 times 4, that's 36%. You compounded whatever your account was, 36%. Think about that. People in the stock market, they get excited about 12% in a whole year. But we have skill sets where we can literally compound our money. We can have our money work. We can have our money multiply, and we can start to get smarter on where it is that this money's going, because that money that's spent elsewhere can be spent back into our education, back into our knowledge, back into wisdom. And the second that I learned this, my whole life changed. I used to spend money on so many things that I didn't need. You know what I invest in now? I invest in books. Okay. I invest back into myself, back into trips, back into flights, back into journals, back into whiteboards. This was never me getting out of college. I never knew how to go ahead and spend my money back into myself, back into my brand, back into, so I can multiply it. But these are the keys that we're learning here. These are the keys that we're connected to every single day. So I know without a shadow of doubt, this was a training that was so crucial now to really get money conscious about. Number 1, where's our money going? Number 2, are we compounding our money? Number 3, what level are we at when it comes to the 4 types of money making? Are we just in the manipulation? Are we just coordinating? Have we gotten into communication, getting loud, putting ourselves out there? Last but not least, have we started to utilize our last name? Have you created a brand for yourself that you're excited to go ahead and put out there? You see, I went from Dylan Fine to Define Dreams, Impact 1 Billion. This was a thought. This was in the spiritual world that I had to go ahead and bring into the physical, out of the ether, using the imagination, using one of our 6 higher faculties. This is what Bob Proctor talks about, right? tapping into our higher faculties. Well, this is where this is going to come from, and nobody else can really do it for you. This is going to take you digging deep for yourself, taking time to identify your finances, where money's going, what level we're at as far as the 4 types of people, and really being able to go out and take massive action. Nenner just talked about, even right there, just on saving the money, just on being conscious about where his money's going, he just saved himself thousands of dollars over the course of the month. Now he can reinvest that back into his family, back into his trading account, back into other investments. So I know this is huge. So if you guys got any value from today, go ahead and drop some 3s down below. Go ahead and smash that like button. This is a month to really go ahead and get set up coming into the month of June, coming into summertime, because this is what separates. This is what separates the make-its from the break-its. So family, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for what has come. I'm so grateful for this information, because there's so many that are unaware, and they're going to get blown away by the wind when the next 12 to 18 months hits. But we're in the right place, right time with the right people. So Dream Team, I love you. I'm grateful, and I'm so excited for what is to come with this information, because we are taking full advantage. So Dream Team, remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Packed out schedule coming up. We've got Cancun coming in July. We've got Croatia coming in September. A lot of exciting things is in the works. Dream Team, we are just getting started. Let's have a great week. I love you. Let's get to work. It's game time. Let's go.